Hello and hey, Tamer Golf with your friends. This time going to be the space update. Came out a few hours ago. I was a little late to the party, but it seems that we have at least 10 hole-in-ones so far. So let's go ahead and take a preliminary look at the guide to the level. Alright, hole number 1, we're just going to aim straight forward, full power, wait till the ramp clears out of the way. That way we can go ahead, get a nice clean shot off the back, into the bowl and down. Hole 2, pretty specific shot here. We're going to aim at this particular intersection, and then we're going to go just a tiny bit to the right. Full power. Let it go. Kicks off a lot of these fun things, and right on in. Hole number 3, we're going to go ahead and go up to about the third dark square here down that hill at 3.5 power. Hole number 4, I'm going to go for a dunk on this one. Go right on the flag stick, and then just about halfway on that pillar to the left. Could readjust for me here. And let it fly. Sure, there's a much easier way to do that, but being as this is the first iteration of the guide, let's go for a little bit of swag. Hole 5, I want to aim basically this exact power, just right of middle when the front box is on its way down. That way we have enough. We can go over the hole, which I'm surprised is still allowed to happen with the hole physics being changed as they are. It's a pretty tricky shot, but it'd be an easy 2 if you miss. Hole number 6, we want to go full power left at this line. Jump once before the wall and then once after. Allows us to maintain our speed into the hole. Hole 7, a very, very specific shot if you're trying to match somebody 1-for-1. I don't really have any points of reference for you, except you need to go this exact power if you're aiming at this exact spot. So it's really rough to kind of explain that. I'm sure we'll find something a little bit better, but in the meantime, I recommend pausing and trying to get that for yourself. Hole number 8, bit of a long play here. I'm not sure if there is a quick way over to the flag. However, we do need to play some of these holes as they stand, kind of the long way. So these aren't too specific, just full power the first 2 shots. You'll end up somewhere in this particular place. And then it's a pretty specific shot from here, not in terms of like aiming, but the power you need to have to hit the hole and not just go flying out of the hole. It's kind of tricky to both get past those boxes and get down without, having one too much of the other. Hole number 9. Don't pay so much attention to this first particular set of shots because this is just a showcase to see. I don't think that this upwards jet is working quite as intended at the present moment. And when I say that, I do mean it's working just fine. However, the ceiling is a little bit too close. You go slamming off of it. Otherwise, I think you'd get up there and be able to get down in 2, which is great. So we're kind of looking at the ceiling now. And so just like the last hole, I think we kind of just have to play it as it stands for now. I think a 3 is probably the best score until that gets addressed or somebody finds the proper way to use the jet. Because coming from both sides, neither way has kind of worked out in my favor. So here we are here. This is not a specific thing. You are able to get into this pipe that you are about to see on this shot. However, I just kind of played it as it was because I think it'll change in the near future. Moving on to hole 10, I like to go just under 3 power, aiming at 1 tile up the hill. I like to release when one of the holes is in the 12 o'clock position, if the top part is a rotating clock. And from here, we're not out of the woods at all. You'll end up in a different spot basically every single time. But if you do end up on this hump, I do recommend going right to left. If you end up on the other hump, I recommend going left to right. But this is a really specific shot. Do not try to copy it because it's just kind of going to be different every single time. It's just me getting a little bit lucky based on my 600 hours or whatever I have of experience. So it'll just be kind of how that is. This one, pretty specific. You want to go 7 tiles up to the left there because we want to end up on this side. It is symmetrical, but they don't act the same. So that's what it is. The stroke count is this high because I was trying to see if I can get lucky and get launched onto one of the ramps. It is possible, however, being that it does seem to be random at this point, We won't deal with that too much, but as we end up here where we're supposed to end up, we want to aim right of that line. I'm way too far left right here. So when this does come up, we want to go just under 3 power. Gonna have enough to get into the bowl without blazing through it. So I do think the 2 is possible, if not somehow better, but a 3 is very, very easy on that particular hole. Hole number 12. I like to go full power when it's on its way back up. You can end up in a couple different spots, both on top or the bottom. We want to go about 3 and a fat third, and that'll be the speed basically on the top or the bottom. Luckily for us, just kind of avoid that second tube because you don't really need to go in it and it can kind of throw you off. So otherwise, we're good to go. Hole 13. You need to be very lucky when you're trying to get the best hole in the course. So right before it gets to the center position of that, you want to go ahead and let go at full power. We do get lucky with the bounces here. The first few strokes did launch me out of the course with this, so that's why you're seeing the best of this. But I do believe a hole-in-one will be possible, being thrown out of the black hole. However, if you do end up down here, want to go just above 3 power and go ahead and line it up for the middle of the hole. This shot right here is very, very specific. Again, I'm aiming at the far side of that tube, and then I had, between the end of the bar power and 2 and in. I don't recommend going for that at all, but that is, for now, the shot. Then hole 15, sorry, we're going pretty quick here. Be able to slow it down by telling you guys that I think we should just play it kind of how it is. Until something gets really figured out to get us down to like a 2 or a 3 on this one. I think just playing for par is really the safest way to go. Kind of unfortunately, like hole 8, hole 9, and an upcoming hole, I think this is just, you don't want to do too much because with the black holes, there's that element of kind of randomness. So for now, just go try to play for par. Don't try to do too much with each stroke. And go for that 4. Hole 16, probably my favorite hole on the entire course. We want to aim at this intersection right here, going full power. It's not that specific. And now we get to engage in a jumping minigame. So we will do 1 jump each time we kind of get to one of these spots. We want to fall off the platform first, then jump. Do that those 3 times, and then we want to jump at least once here. I think twice is a mistake, but I get lucky. I want to jump once to kind of slow us down enough to do that last jump so that we end up in the middle and go down into the hole. Like I said, I think I got a little lucky, but that's how it is. Hole 17, I think we just need to play it exactly as the course is intended to be done. Just getting from station to station as easily as you can. The trickiest shot, of course, is that one at the 2 and like a quarter power that we had to go there. That's the only one that really makes a difference as far as cutting off a singular stroke. I'm not sure if that's going to be able to be cut down that much further. I'm not seeing it as a present. So hole 18 would probably be some kind of swaggy 1 or 2 eventually. Unfortunately, I was reset anytime I tried to skip too far. So for this shot, we go 2 3/4, kind of aiming at the center of this particular tube, kind of coming out here. And then we want to make sure the ramp is up as we go 2 and a fat 4/5 or so, 5/6 maybe. Kind of aiming to hit as close to possible as there. That way we get close to possible to the ramp, and we want to go straight. And then once that ramp gets pretty close to straight down itself, like 180-degree angle, we're going to go ahead and go full power and get our 3. 4 under on a single hole. Par 6 and par 7 in this course. Kind of bizarre to see, but we are able to get well under each of those. Kind of the mainstay hole here. Not sure if this was meant to be an 18 at some point or not, but still pretty cool. Space course. It's interesting. I'll have to see what happens on hole number 9 as my game kind of freezes out on this particular screen. Excellent. But that's it for now. You have the 10 hole-in-ones. I think that it's possible to get maybe just a couple more. And even then, a lot of the black hole luck might be, somehow determined. We can kind of manipulate that in the future. However, I don't have my hopes particularly high for that, so we'll see if they make any changes. I'll be sure to come back with any sort of update that I need to include anybody's shot with crediting anybody who kind of, points it out to me. I probably missed something blatantly obvious, usually do on my first draft, but what are you going to do? So there it is. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be safe, guys.